Hi everyone, it's Don. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, some pretty disheartening news today as a federal judge in the United States actually threatens Carnival Corporation by saying, guess what? You can no longer dock in the United States. Yeah, Miami, Galveston, Seattle, Los Angeles, or gone. So first off, let's explain why this judge is even bringing this up, because Carnival Corporation, as part of a settlement received back in 2017 for numerous violations, a $40 million settlement. They, as part of their agreement, have onboard inspectors that are supposed to inspect their ships and review to make sure that there's no more violations for pollutants or anything along those lines. It's a 5-year probation period, and the inspectors are coming out and saying that there are numerous violations by Carnival Corp. And this involves many cruise lines because, as you know, Carnival Cruise Lines isn't just Carnival. They also own Princess and Holland America and Ada Cruise Lines. They in fact have 103 ships, which is almost 1/3 of the world's population of cruise ships. And some of the violations that are coming out that are reporting saying that plastic has been dumped in the water along with the disposable stuff that they're allowed to throw out because it wasn't sorted properly, food waste, on a few different ships. And one of the ones that really annoyed me and really, you know, dumping gray water on Holland America in Glacier Bay, of all places, in Alaska, where the environmental laws are probably some of the most severe in the world. And somebody had the nerve to dump, gray water in that area. And so a lot of things coming out right now are saying things like they are falsifying records on the cruise lines, stating that they're dropping the places further out into the ocean than they are. There's an incident of Carnival dropping stuff in the Bahamas where they said they dropped it much further out at sea, and their engineers falsified the records. These are allegations that are going on. And the federal judge, she has come back and said that the Carnival Corporation's executives are treating this like it's no big deal. It's whatever. It's an inconvenience. It's like you're a flea on a dog. And so she's threatened them now to stop letting them dock in United States waters, at least temporarily, as a result of fines. Now, can you imagine you're out on a cruise on all these ships and all of a sudden, guess what? You can't get back to port. No, they don't want that. So she's temporarily held off on this decision and said she'll make a decision in June when the hearing resumes. And this time she says she wants all the executives. She's requested executives from Holland America, from Princess Cruise Lines, from Carnival, all to be their top executives, presidents of the company, executive presidents, the vice president in charge of environmental affairs. All these people are saying, she said, I want you there at this hearing in June. So doesn't that make this an interesting story? Because she wants to question them directly. And if I were them, I would make sure you got your T's crossed, guys, when you get, and gals, sorry, when you get there, because this judge does not sound like she's going to fool around at all. The Chief Communications Officer for Carnival Cruise Line, Robert Fritzell, says it appears that there were some mischaracterizations made by others in court, and they intend to fully address all the issues when court resumes. They're saying that their environmental responsibility has always been and continues to be a priority at the company. Of course, if that was actually true, Robert, you wouldn't have already been found out in 2017 and already fined and already under probation. And now, if the allegations are true that people have been falsifying these records, as a person who cruises all the time, I'm okay with, hey, bring out the fines. And I'm not just saying this because it's Carnival, because Princess Cruise Lines, as you know, who I love, there's a few ships out there who were caught doing things they shouldn't be doing as well. And I'm hoping that's all in the past, and this isn't any part of the new stuff that's coming out. Everything I've heard from the Princess part of the cruise lines was stuff that originally happened in 2017. I haven't heard of anything last year or this year so far, but I have heard of things that are still happening, falsified records, etc., in 2018, even after this. And they also say that they are preparing the ships a week ahead of time for the inspection so they pass. And I'm kind of on two minds of this. I understand where the judges and the authorities are coming from, saying, no, no, we want to see your ship in everyday operation, etc., etc. But I've worked for a multinational corporation before, and it's just like having, we know there's an audit coming once a year. We keep our place as clean as possible all the time, but when they have to give us 24-hour notice that they're coming, and when they tell you that they're coming, there's a big crunch that night and that day to make sure everything is perfect. And that's kind of like what I can see, and a cruise ship is much bigger than a small warehouse. So I can see why the cruise lines are doing this. They want to pass the inspections, let's spend extra time to get it ready. Are they changing things? Now, if you're going in and changing documentations, that's completely different. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about making sure the garbages are sorted, making sure there's liners in the garbage bins, making sure everything is as shiny as possible, sweeping the floors, any little extra to give your best impersonation? That would not be a good thing. Your first impression. And so and that happens right across all big companies, especially if you handle food. You're given a once-a-year inspection and you prepare for it. So I know how that works. But a cruise ship, I don't know, how I feel about that on one way. But like I said, cleaning it up and just spiffing it up, I'm okay with. If you're falsifying your records, that's a whole other matter. And if anybody out there has been falsifying records and is caught, you should be thrown immediately in jail. Not just fined or fired, you should be going to jail in this situation. You're representing an environment. You can be causing huge ecological damages to the oceans, to the ports you're in, to the economy of other countries. But if you're under pressure by your bosses and stuff like that, we'd have to see that kind of stuff. But until then, it's under you. Nobody held a gun to your head to sign documents to make things look good. And if you're not doing your job properly as somebody who's supposed to be handling this stuff on the cruise ships, and you have to falsify documents, well, I hope you just go to jail. I'm sorry. I have no mercy for somebody who can cause possibly irreparable damages to area just because you're not good at your job. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's kind of exactly how I feel about it. So I'll follow this court case with really open ears because I want to find out what kind of exact examples they can give and which ships are doing that and which cruise lines, because I've sailed on all these ships and all these cruise lines, and it's disheartening to hear my favorite cruise line or my favorite ship might be involved in this. Like I said, right now it was some of the ships were handled in 2017. A few things have handled in 2018. They could have been just kind of left over like December, January, and then it stopped. You know how word gets out and procedures get in place. But if it turns out that it's June, July, August in 2017 and in 2018, then I would like to see some heads roll on this situation. Let me know what you guys feel down below. We love cruising, but we still have to do it responsibly. And I really hope that this judge forces the executives higher ups to maybe wake up a little bit. and get things done, and done properly. I hope you liked this news update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.